Hello and welcome to Cities Skylines 2 and a fresh start for Walk City. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to do it without having everything unlocked at the start. It's a little bit more fun to have to unlock things as we go instead of having everything unlocked right from the get-go. And also, I want to try and see how long we can keep the car smuggling at bay. So I'm going to start off, actually I'm not going to do it like that's a terrible idea. I'm going to start off by just building a 4-lane road like this, and we'll get stuff hooked up on it as soon as we can here. Let's see if we can do just a little bit of that, and then that is a fine intersection. I don't mind that. This is just going to be for parking lots and stuff as soon as we unlock parking lots. Now first, I do think, do we need to... No, we don't need to unlock parking lots to begin. We can just begin. Okay, well let's just begin. Yeah, we can just begin. Well, this is perfect. This is the start of a new Walk City. Of course, there's something funky happening there with the zoning. Maybe we move it back a little bit. Or even better, maybe we turn off snapping to the zone grid. I've goofed already. What have I done? Maybe it needs to snap to the zone grid now that we've got this in position. Now we'll bring our pedestrian path in, of course. Do it in the corner there so we got minimal loss. And the one thing that's going to be interesting is, okay, so the wind blows this way. We'll slowly migrate our industry over here. And don't worry, we're not going to keep it too boring grid for too long. Okay, we got to get rid of that path. It's in the way. We're going to get a little bit of the road laid out first, and then we'll start thinking about how we're going to do other things. In fact, we've just shortened that distance. We'll see how long it takes somebody to recognize what this map is as well, because I think that'll be fun. Does this need to be flattened before I start zoning? I don't think so. This is pretty flat. Eventually, I think this whole southern island here will turn into the parking lots. We'll build parking lots all here. Maybe even this secondary island. We'll turn these into the parking islands. And then we'll start to expand up this way and this way. We'll start to make use of that area a little bit better. But for now, this is fine. I might even just put a little transformer in here. We'll just buy our power for now. If I do that, it just consumes it. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. All right, let's unpause the game. Let things start moving. Easy zoning for now. And then just enough industrial to get people to start working. And that should push us up into that first tier at least so that we can unlock parking. No, of course. Don't forget important things. So I think we want to pump the water from the back. And in fact, the further back we can go. So if we pump it in from here, this is less likely to become contaminated, I think. I am going to put in just a normal dirt road here for now. It's because it requires a road. Okay, so that should give us water in. Now we just need a little bit of water out. And I think if we put it over here, this should just dump out into the ocean. All right, everybody's happy, finally. And we also have a rail connection coming in from the outside. So at some point, we might even get rid of the parking entrances and just turn this into a rail connection, because I don't think people can bring their cars through the rail system. Again, I'm still not 100% sure how cars get into Walk City. Some of it I think is cars being produced within the city, which we can try to tax, but some of it might be actually smuggling in. I do believe in the original Cities Skylines, I might be wrong about this, but if there was nowhere for a citizen to park their car, they would basically turn it into pocket storage, and then they would walk around with it inside their personal storage. And if that's the case, then that means that people can actually smuggle... Oh, I guess this doesn't work if we don't put in a pedestrian path. If that's the case, that means that people can actually smuggle cars into the city, and that's going to be a problem that we'll have to tackle at some point. Does this even need a traffic light? I don't think it does. We can't turn it off yet, though, so there we go. Putting in that pedestrian path. People are showing up, parking their cars, and walking to do whatever they have to do in the city. So we will have Park City in the south, and then Walk City up above. And we might even do Coastal Park City. Maybe 2 islands won't be enough, although if we have a nice subway system, it might not matter too much. If we have some sort of nice mass transit system, then having one centralized parking zone might be okay. Very basic grids for now. Don't you worry. This won't be boring forever. Or will it? It is just a temporary part of the city anyway. Don't get too attached. Something wacky's happened over here. Can I fix it? Maybe, but not easily. If we get rid of this and we put it back in. There we go. It's a little bit lumpy, but I'm okay with that. Again, temporary. Oh, this isn't happy either. Look at that. Okay, temporary. Temporary. I have to keep reminding myself. Temporary, don't worry about it. We will get around to fixing it eventually. And for right now, yeah, this doesn't matter too much. In fact, I don't want these to be houses. I've changed my mind. Because then I can't have industry over here without it being too smoggy. Too many tiers. That didn't quite work out like I thought it would. Yeah, this road's a little bit too close. That's okay. We'll avoid using anarchy for too much at the start here. Till we absolutely need it. Okay, that's going to be in the way. That's fine. Yeah, I'm okay with doing this for now, until we get the actual parking lots in place. That's unnecessary. Let's not do that. For now, there's enough room. People can just park there. Lack of labor, can't find any employees. Understandable problem. Let's put in some more. In fact, you know what? I'm going to move all the industry over here, so I'm going to repurpose some of that terrain. I think that's okay. We are now at Tiny Village, which means we can start to unlock parking. That's good. Now we don't have any room for it, though. Oh, in fact, I think this counts. Yeah, that costs 2. We can unlock the advanced road service tools, or whatever they're called. We can also start putting in some row housing. This could help. And you know what? I think this dirt road is going to be such a pain to have to build around. Let's get rid of it for now. We'll put it back, don't worry. But I just want to be able to make some room for some more of these roads. And again, the roads are a little bit jank. Let's get rid of this because it's got a grid attached to it. It's a good thing that this is some temporary setup, because otherwise this would be bothering me a lot more than it already is. Things like this. That's a little bit fixed. We got some janky terrain there. That's going to cause some wacky things to start happening, but whatever. Temporary. Oh, that's infuriating. We'll just leave that. It should be easy enough to relocate people. And if it's not, it's not. I'm a little bit worried about us running out of parking space and people just being like, well, I guess I can't live here. And so to combat that, I think... Now they can't park on alleys, can they? But they can park on small roads. So we can do that. Uh-oh. That's cool. That looks really neat. I like that. Is that connected? Maybe. Yep. So a little bit more parking. That's going to let us cram a few more people in. Hopefully until we get to the next tier here. But we might need to run a road up and in here as well. In fact, I think I am just going to preemptively do this. Sorry to these industrial buildings up here, but we need this space for now until we can construct a proper parking lot. But at least this gives us places to connect things. Look at that, some shortcuts for people that need to get to work. Wow, they're flooding in already. Once we can get proper parking lots, I believe taxis will also do drop-offs. Unless they already are. Where does this taxi go? Oh, maybe they dropped them off way far back. Because it already says that it's returning. Oh, that tunnel is full of water. Yeah, it says it's returning, so it must drop the people off at the spawn point. That's why these guys are all walking in. Okay, so once the parking is full, taxis just come and do whatever they gotta do. And I might even just create... I can't yet. I was gonna say I'd create a little one-way connection here. Just to do something like that, but I don't want to do it like that, I don't think. So that creates traffic lights, doesn't it? Maybe not. Maybe that gets the taxis out of the way and everybody else that just wants to leave. We'll turn that into a proper highway. Once we unlock highways, I don't want to spend my first points on that. Just because getting parking set up is going to be, I think, more mission critical here. Alright, healthcare I think is always important. Garbage, we can deal with that being exported for a little bit. It's not the end of the world. Alright, some of these more dense row houses are starting to crop up and create fun cliffs. Again, temporary. I think once we start getting the city going, I'm not going to want things right on the water's edge like this. We'll figure out a nicer way of dealing with this. Yeah, our parking is full up, so we're probably only seeing taxis right now and people just walking in from outside. It's interesting that not every taxi is using this quick exit out, and some of them are coming up here to do U-turns, or even driving all the way up here to make their U-turns. And oh, maybe they're dropping the people off over here. That could be why. Let's see. Yeah, that is what's happening. So some people want to get dropped off over here at this entrance. That's pretty cool, actually. I didn't know that it worked that way. I wonder if they ever come all the way up here to drop people off here. Is that a taxi? No, that is a car. Yeah, I don't think the taxis will come this far. It's interesting. Still have a lot of housing demand, and I think... Oh, we're making money at least. I think filling up this housing demand is going to be pretty important. There's the Rock Musician Mansion, our first signature building. We'll just cram it in there now while we've got a chance. It'll provide some well-being for the houses in this immediate vicinity. But already, I think this is going better than the original Walk City, even though all of this is temporary. The reason for that is that we didn't have to skip ahead in our tech and go straight to rail and all that weird stuff. I don't know why, whenever I built those pedestrian paths in the original Walk City, they weren't working. And then I did a test elsewhere, and they just worked. So maybe I was just impatient. Maybe I just didn't wait long enough. Yeah, still lots of people getting dropped off here. Lots of taxis. All taxis right now. Don't worry, we'll give people a place to keep their own cars. Park City will be a part of Walk City. It's inevitable, and it will be cool. Well, that's a promise I can't keep, but it will be a feature of the city. Why have you done this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Ugh, whatever. We're a small village. Okay, this is where we begin to unlock parking areas. And we'll probably eventually get around to making custom parking areas, but for now, this is how I want to handle it, so... I need to be careful as well, because I don't want these parking areas to be intersecting with the roads, because I don't want people to find a way to be able to bring their cars in. I believe the very large parking lot is the biggest one. Holds the most cars, I think. Let me see if this has any invisible paths that accidentally connect. It looks okay to me. I think we're fine. There we go. That'll start to fill up. This will start making us some money. Oh, we are in need of power. Why has that happened? Oh, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. It's because we don't have any power connected to that part of the network. Little power line there, and then also we need to connect just normal piping. And then that problem should go away. This can't be here. You cannot be there. That is zoned industry. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, there's some stuff zoning on the side of the road now. You can't be there either. Alright, I think that has solved that issue. Create a few more places for people to be able to walk into the city. Eventually we'll turn this into a parking lot as well. It might even just do that now. Don't know if we're going to be able to fit this in here. If I get rid of... you know what? I can. Also, this building. Why is this here? Go away. I thought I de-zoned you. I did. So let's get rid of that. Let's see if we can squeeze this large parking lot in. I need to make sure that these invisible roads don't connect. They don't. So nobody should be able to cut through. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with this. Oh, that didn't connect. Sure, why not? We'll put a crosswalk there. A pointless crosswalk. So technically these green lines here, I believe, can be connected. So if I did this, I think what we end up having is pedestrian path connection. No, we don't. So basically, I don't know what I'm doing. This one looks like it connected to the sidewalk there. Yeah, see, this guy's gonna come down, he's just gonna walk right in. So that's convenient. And then again, same price. You wanna live here, you're gonna pay 50 bucks to park here. Oh, you have a smuggled van. Where did you come in? Did you use the parking lot to cut in here? Nah, I have to watch. There's another one. How did you get in here? There's a couple of them. Where are they coming from? They might just be spawning in here, but as they're delivery vans, that's okay, I think. As long as they're not private vehicles. I don't know where that came from. I think they just spawn inside. as a means to bring things from one place to another. So this belongs to Shoplate, which is a business, and it probably has to spawn its own vehicles to make its own deliveries, or to get its own deliveries. Wow, it's wacky whenever I click on it and look at it at a certain angle. So I think I'm okay with delivery vans. Those are not private vehicles. Where'd that Shoplate go? Is it just gone? Did it disappear, or is it this? Oh, it's this. Convenience food. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If we ever see a delivery vehicle somehow jumping the road or a lot, then we'll know that something's up. I'm a little bit concerned that none of these delivery vehicles arrived until we built these parking lots. Delivery van, delivery van. These are all business vehicles. Again, they might be smuggled. Somebody might have brought them in their pocket. I don't know how that works in Cities Skylines too. So we're gonna have to start expanding off of Park City here and into here. I wonder if we could make the city even more inhospitable to vehicles. We might be able to. So this is mainland, and it's not very flat. Maybe this is something that we start thinking about. Do we build it up on a cliff? Do we just pick a height and just go with it? Or do we pick a lower section and try to level it out to that? I don't know. I feel like this is way less interesting as I slowly demolish the terrain that existed before we got here. But also, we can't really build on this. Oh good, look what I've done. Let's do this first. Let's just smooth this out a little bit. And then think about how we want to handle the terrain. I think I want to pick a high point though. Or at least create maybe plateaus. So maybe we start here. We do a little bit of this, do a little bit of terraforming here. And then if we need to, later, we'll plateau up a little bit, and we'll start building up a little bit higher. But this should at least bring us to a decent height, as far as this waterfront is concerned. Smooth this out a little bit. That doesn't look too bad. This looks pretty bad, but... yeah, let's flatten this out, even though it doesn't matter too much. This is just going to save us some headaches in the future, probably. I don't think we need the brush that big. I don't want to change the shape of the islands too much yet. So we'll keep the waterfront shape the way it is, mostly. There we go, that's nice and flat. So let's get rid of this. We'll just rebuild this. In fact, get rid of the whole thing. So we're not flush with the edge of the owned terrain. That's okay. Is that beautiful? Oh my gosh, it is. So we can split this up later. But for now, we'll just have some big blocks like this. And which way does the wind blow? Blows out that way. So everything over here is probably going to be our industrial land. I'm going to do this. But what I'm going to do is I'm also going to not zone on the waterfront. That is ugly. How do we fix this? I guess we can't yet. What I'm going to do is... oh, in water. I see. Do we... oh, maybe not. I was going to say, do we use anarchy to fix this? But it looks like we won't need to. It just works. Large village unlocked. Fantastic. It seems like if you just draw this enough, it just works. But let's unlock those road tools. Advanced road services. This way I can say definitively, don't build there. Don't build on that water's edge. But up here I do want to do... this is going to be industry, industry. Dirty, smoggy industry. We'll do that so we can get a buffer of commercial zoning. And I'll let it cut into there for me. And then we'll do low density, row housing, medium density. And we'll start to get rid of the housing over here, bit by bit. And the industry as well. So I'm thinking as we start getting rid of this... so a lot of these buildings will just go away on their own. I see that we've disconnected our power and our water somehow. Oh, you know what? This whole section over here is now disconnected. That's fine. So we'll just get rid of that and it'll move. Good. That should go away. Although this is the problem. Okay, this does need to actually be fixed. And is now fixed. And now we can put in probably one more parking lot for now. And already Park City is starting to come together. Look at that. Might even turn that into one of these little bridges. That's kind of cute. And again, we need to keep our eyes open for vehicles. That is a delivery van, that is okay. We're gonna need education too. Let's take the medium density housing. Oh, there's Polaris Suites. Oh good, this does fit in there. So we'll get ourselves a school. We're gonna get ourselves some fire protection. We're gonna get some police coverage. And at some point, we should probably get a cemetery. I don't think we need it just yet. Although I'm not opposed to putting it over here for now. So bit by bit, a lot of this is going to just get eaten and turn into parking lots until this entire island is parking lots. And we can't create districts yet. So I can't quite call this Park City, but this will be Park City. We're able to plan a little bit better this time because I know what to expect. The vehicles thing, maybe we'll delete them. If we start seeing pedestrian vehicles, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. If I see a car that's owned by somebody that is not a business, their car will be forcibly repossessed by the government of Walk City. No refund. It'll simply be destroyed, in fact. Lots of people walking. Eventually we'll get a subway. I think the subway is going to be the superior system, or possibly trams. Maybe we get some fun trams to start moving people through the city. I don't know. There's a little bit more decision making that comes now that we don't have everything cheated in. I think is going to make it more fun to think about how we want to handle things. There's the Polaris Suites. It's going to hold 180 households. So many people already living here. We're already almost at 2,000 population. I think I need to unlock highways. Because I do think that at some point, aside from just fixing this, at some point, what we're going to want to do is to bring this highway along the border of the city, probably, of this island. Bring it all around and have Park City all along the coast. Park Coast? I don't know, maybe. We'll see. And these don't all have to be pedestrian streets either. The fact that they are is fine, but we could use alleys if we want them to take up a little bit less space. The only issue is people don't look good walking on the alleys, I don't think. Like, how do they look walking on these dirt roads? Do we have anybody? Yeah, I don't like how they stick to the outside. I like how they walk down the middle of the pedestrian streets. So we'll have to think about that. We'll probably put in more little pedestrian cut-throughs. Like here, for example, it would probably be more convenient to have something like that than building a full... Whoops, we're going to lose some houses doing this. In fact, I can't do that. Why is that? We're Grand Village already? Yeah, the upgrades are starting to come fast. I don't know why it does that. Why does it sometimes create a crosswalk? And now it's permanently there. Now I've permanently ruined this street. Can I fix it? For some reason, no. Okay, that's fixed. I don't know why. Why won't that go there? Why is it trying to snap to that? Alright, I will force it. And so that gives them a way to cut through. And then we can start using these pedestrian roads as the major roads, but these are also pedestrian roads, so they'll look fine with people walking on them. They do have a weird step for some reason that lets you see through into the negative dimension. Yeah, look, that looks fine. Can I fix... There's a graphics option that I've never understood what it does. Animation quality high, skinning quality 4 bones. Does that fix their walking animation? No, she's still kind of waddling. Is that supposed to be a skirt or something, or a dress? No, I mean, some of these people look like they're walking like normal human beings. Like, look at this guy. His posture is phenomenal. Everybody's posture is so good now. They always look like this, and I just never really thought about it. She's got not the best posture. This guy's got a little swagger in his step, but great posture still. I don't know if that's a child. I don't know. Did I do something? Did I change the way that these people walk? Who knows? Who cares? Oh, can we set taxes now? Okay, yes. So, we need to start thinking. Things like entertainment, we want you. Recreation, we want you. And things that we don't want, vehicles, get out of here. We're going to make it impossible for you to afford to put your vehicles in our city. Industrial. You want to make vehicles? It's going to cost you. You want to make petrochemicals? It's going to cost you. Even crude oil, it's going to cost you. But we'll have to look around, see what the supply chains look like for vehicles and things like that. So like this sells petrochemicals. Alright, well we're going to make that difficult for you. So I don't see any vehicle factory. I see one that uses petrochemicals to make textiles. So that might be a problem if we're going to be taxing petrochemicals because it can be used to make fuel for vehicles. Then we're kind of hurting that textiles industry a little bit. In fact, we're probably hurting the textiles industry more than we're hurting the automotive industry. See, these sell vehicles. Sells vehicles. So this guy should be getting taxed insanely. Alternatively, what we could do is just say, no, you don't sell vehicles, and neither do you. Do we go through and find all of these vehicle sales places? This is one, isn't it? No, they sell plastics, so even though the buildings look the same, they sell different things. So it's going to be hard to even find. Oh, it's going to be so hard. See, this one sells vehicles. Would you have ever thought that? It does say Cities Car Customs, but no sign of a garage or parking lot or anything like that. But let's get rid of it anyway. We'll see what pops up in its place as I do the rounds. And there might even be some on the other side too. Again, road garbage. You sell vehicles. I might start to recognize some of the business names. So we can look at this and we can say this is definitely a food grocery store. Convenience food even. Ivatsu, what are you? Cars for the future. This is vehicles. Yes. Ivatsu, go away. Keep an eye on these vehicles. Make sure that they're not smuggled private vehicles. Yes, we got a lot of vehicle places over here. This one's one. Marinus. Look at these guys. Are they going to go buy their vehicles? Is that what's happening? Maybe they tried to, but they weren't for sale, or they were too expensive. Or maybe he works here? No. What about you? I think they may have gone here to buy a car, and then the good didn't exist. Road garbage. This one's a car place, and I see Ivatsu as well. So we'll get rid of that. These are houses. Oh, that's easier. Bensil, you sell cars. We'll make you go away. So I can't be doing this at scale. I can do this now because it's funny. Kilo T, this is a car company. Short market is convenience food. I don't even have to click on them. I can just look. Actually, no, I can't. Sells meals. Yes, I can. Alright, I think I've squashed most of the vehicle businesses, but I don't know if they could always reopen. That's always going to be the issue. We'll never know for sure if we've got them all. And then also, I don't know about the manufacturing industry. They could crop up like this thing here is currently unoccupied. Somebody could show up here and start producing vehicles. Does look like there's just a lot of wood business, probably because we're doing a lot of construction right now. So what happened after we got rid of those vehicle businesses? It looks like non-vehicle businesses. So yeah, I guess we got rid of them. So delivery vans, okay, no problem. I don't have a problem with delivery vans. Although, if we start creating separate pedestrian road grids and separating them, then we might have an issue with deliveries. How will the city handle that? I don't know. There's a lot of big question marks in what we're doing here. Look at that. We almost accidentally had industrial zoned here. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. We could also put in just a couple, maybe even just one. Does that satisfy all of our low rent need? I don't think so. Put another one here by the waterfront. I know that's going to affect the terrain a little bit. There's also demand for offices already. We're at 2,500 people already. That's kind of crazy. Alright, a new way for people to get in over here as well. So I do think we're not going to need a lot of offices. So we'll cram some in there. Cram some business in there. Our industrial sector is pretty full. The only thing that we can really do is maybe buy this. And then I'm going to level this a little bit as well. now that we're starting to get into this big hill, we'll have to start thinking about what this means as we get rid of this entire mountain. I don't mind that yet, but I just want to make sure that this stuff fits nicely. Walk City is I think this is going to be, oddly enough, this is probably going to be the city where we push population the hardest, because we can do it without having to think too much about traffic. Well, that's busted. When did that happen already? That's okay. I don't really care too much about that. I think that's fine. Anyway, we're just going to cram our industry in here. Make sure we have jobs for the people. I might wait this out. I see that there is some demand for low-density residential, but there's also unoccupied buildings, so maybe we'll wait that out. Gas station availability minus for commercial demand.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news
I
bulletin.
don't care about forest fires, thank you, though. But also, go away. Office demand, rising. Industrial demand, none. Again, the taxes are holding it back because they want... It's weird that they're complaining about taxes because it's specific industries that are being taxed that are upset about it. But we can probably think about potentially lowering the residential tax rate to 9%. That might encourage more residential growth. We can also start creating a district. So we could actually turn this now. It's going to be weird, right? Because for now, people can still live and work in Park City. It hasn't been completely designated as only parking, but it will eventually be. Sure, we'll just include everything. But this is not Willow Springs, this is Park City. And at some point we'll adjust our roadside parking fees to match the rest of the parking fees as we start setting things up. Oh, and then we can also say combustion engine bans, gated communities, only people living or working within the district are allowed in. Heavy traffic bans as well, we can put this pretty much everywhere. Speed bumps, we can put those in to lower even further if anybody does start driving. I don't know, we can start thinking about things that might help. And we can keep everything pretty densely packed. We don't have to separate any of our grids or do anything really too fancy with that. Let's build another parking lot. This one's going to be a little bit closer to the entrance of the city, which might make it preferred. Also, I'm wondering... We haven't unlocked it yet. We should probably get bigger roads. I realize that it's interesting that we're doing that in a city where we're not supposed to be really utilizing the roads. But, okay, let's get rid of this and this. And this, sorry, and this. You're gonna have to find another way in. You're gonna have to go that way for now and walk all the way around. But I want to make this a big road. Do I want to make this a big road? Let me think. Yes, for now. And then I want to turn these... Can I not do that? Let me just try something here. It doesn't like that. Why doesn't it like that? Forgive me for a moment. Let me see if I can figure this out. You know what? Let's do some quick work here. Let's get rid of all these. Let's get rid of all the parking. Don't worry. We'll fix that. Get rid of this. Get that out of my way. We'll leave the rail there because it's tiny. But we're also going to start probably getting rid of some of this stuff over here by necessity. So why don't you want me to do that? It says that you're overlapping something, but where are you? It's the power line. Has that been the issue all along? No, there's still something else wrong. What's there? Why doesn't it want me to put this road here? Overlapping items, it says. It will let all those vehicles and stuff disappear for a moment. Yeah, look at that. It says that there's something there that I'm overlapping. What is it? I can sort of see the outline of it too. What is there? Mystery. Is there power lines or something running underneath there? No? How strange. So there's a ghost something here. Is it a ghost pedestrian path? Or a ghost walking path? Or a ghost... Something there. There's some ghost element here. Okay, we accidentally cut off the pipes again. Okay, let's see if that's helped. No, I don't know what that is. It's right there. What happens if I turn on anarchy and I place it anyway? Why are you doing this to me? Okay, what if we flatten this area out? I just don't understand what's there. What is this ghost circle? If we build like this, we can get around it. The issue is that I want to line it up with these highways. It's so mysterious. Does that affect this? No, that's because anarchy's on. Oh no. So there's something cursed. There's some sort of demonic presence here that I can't build into. But that's okay if I build around. I build around the demon. Okay, so if I do that, what have I done? There was something clever that I thought I was doing here, but now I'm questioning everything. I'm just going to place this temporarily right there, because I just want to be able to get the road into the right position. I think I've ruined it. I think I've made this bad. You know what, though? We're just going to deal with it. For now. Things are gonna be changing a lot over here in this island until we get Park City fully fleshed out the way that we think it should be functioning. Again, I'd like to not have weird crosswalks if possible, thank you. Let's see if I've broken it or if people will still use this. And I don't know that we need this traffic light here, which also behaves very strangely. Why is this even here? It's like a single traffic light? Oh, it's just to let pedestrians across? Well, why don't we just say you can't cross here? Well, now there's no need for the light. Yeah, just go around. Alright, we're gonna lose a few houses here. Look at these taxis, just causing chaos. How are we gonna fix this? Oh, that's odd. Why are you doing that? Let's see if we can fix this. I mean, this is sort of what I want it to do. So why am I not allowed to? Oh, is it because of the demons? Am I allowed to do that? Dude, what? Dude, what? This is just such a strange road that doesn't really perform the way that I anticipated it would. I might even just turn it back into a normal 6-lane. Although then I won't be able to... You know what, maybe we'll just leave that. We'll just let that be weird. It's probably fine. It's these weird U-turns. Oh, and the power's not connected. Okay, look at this. We have a traffic jam at a pedestrian path. Oh, it's because they're trying to get into that parking lot. Let's see if we can change their behavior by putting another one here. Oh, we are a tiny town. Look at us go. Oh, the power line's in the way. I can't do that. Park City traffic is already a bit of a meme. What is going on? I mean, at least we know it's working. Oh, maybe it's because this is disconnected and now people don't know that they can be dropped off here. I don't want to crosswalk, though. Have I made it worse? Maybe. But we are at almost 4,000 people here, and I think this might be a good time to wrap this up. We're going to have to rethink Park City. I've got a suspicion that Park City is going to get wiped and rebuilt quite a few times as we try to figure things out. Let's make sure that these are not private vehicles, they're delivery vans. See if there's any cars in anybody's driveways that we can immediately see, or in any of these business parking lots. I don't see any, but if we ever do, they will be destroyed. Uh-oh. Those low rent buildings always collapse. I don't know why. Well, I do. It's because they can't afford the rent. The rent calculations in this game are a little bit weird. But okay, things are coming along. This is a quick 4,000 population, and we'll get rid of this and we'll fill in Park City a little bit better. I guess I do have to think about traffic and roads and the way that those are going to work in Park City. Maybe we get a better highway system that runs around the perimeter of Park City as well. I don't know, but we'll figure this out next time. And for now, if you've enjoyed this, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button to leave a like. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about Walk City too, and the progress that we're making so far. I think we're doing all right. I think we're keeping cars out. Delivery vehicles, I've always been okay with this. This is just the way that things are going to have to get moved from, commercial buildings and industrial buildings. I don't think there's any way around that. I don't think people can walk 1.59 tons of food cargo from one building to the next. So I think that's acceptable. And if you're new here, of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications. And if you want to support the channel and see your name in some of these streets once we start solidifying things. I didn't want to name any streets right now because, as you can see, we're tearing things up and putting things back down. But eventually we'll start naming these streets after channel supporters. So join button down below, 99 cents a month. It's like 3 cents a day or something silly. But it just helps out a little bit with the production of these videos. And it's always greatly appreciated. Alright, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for hanging out with me as I try to wrap my head around how this city could function. I hope it's been enjoyable for you, and I hope I'll see you again next time. Goodbye for now.